Thank you, Honourable Speaker, and I thank the Honourable Geringer Tambua for her question. Honourable Speaker, in July 2017, a joint operation was conducted involving the Fiji Police Force, the Department of Immigration, and the People's Republic of China Police Force. This operation targeted cyber-related crimes perpetrated by Chinese nationals in Fiji. The operation was executed under the framework of the Mutual Assistance in Criminal Matters Act 1997 and was conducted simultaneously by Chinese officials in countries like Indonesia, China, and of the 6 locations in Fiji. The operation was initiated following a memorandum from the Ministry of Public Security of the People's Republic of China, which is dated July 3rd, 2017. The memorandum detailed a series of cyber fraud cases linked to criminal syndicate led by a suspect named Mr. Wu Cheng. The syndicate had established fake gambling websites leading to significant financial losses for victims, including tragic cases where a victim in Chilean province committed suicide after being defrauded over 3.3 million Chinese yuan. Now, upon the approval of the Chinese request that was made to Fiji and the police force, a Chinese delegation of 7 police officers arrived in Fiji to assist with the investigations. The operation on July 18, 2017 involved 6 teams comprising Fiji police officers, immigration officials, Chinese police officers, and interpreters from the Chinese embassy. The operation took place in 6 locations within the Nadi area, namely Nukurkura, Naisoso, Bountiful, Utolevu, Langalang, and Magania. This effort led to the apprehension of 77 Chinese nationals involved in the cyber-related crimes. These individuals had arrived in Fiji. I'm talking about 77 guys that committed this, or alleged to have committed this offense, arrived in Fiji between May and June 2017 on a 4-month visitor permit. Investigations revealed that they were operating from rented dwelling houses set up as operation centers to entice victims into fraudulent online betting schemes. Given their actions, the Department of Immigration recommended that these individuals be declared prohibited immigrants under Section 13(2)(g) of the Immigration Act 2003. They were placed under house arrest in Langalanga and Naisoso, pending further action. Now, Honourable Speaker, it is important to note that Fiji and China do not have an extradition treaty to date. However, that repatriation was facilitated under the provisions of the Mutual Assistance in Criminal Matters Act 1997, which allows for cooperation between countries in criminal investigations and the enforcement of legal measures. Might I add that we have used similar provisions for repatriation recently to the US on drug-related offenses, and also on the current case that involves Mr. Kim from Grace Road, case being currently pending in the High Court. Honourable Speaker, specifically Section 9 of the Act enables foreign countries to request assistance in criminal matters, and Section 13 permits the Attorney General to authorize search and seizure operations in response to such requests. Consequently, detention warrants and removal orders outlined in Section 9(2) were issued for these individuals. The breaches of their visitor permit conditions, as outlined in Section 9, subsection 2 and Section 64, subsection 1K of the Immigration Act 2003, warranted their repatriation. These measures were necessary to uphold Fiji's laws and maintain public order at the time. The repatriation process ensured that the 77 Chinese nationals were deported from Nadi International Airport back to their home country. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.